The character of Michael Scott, while the most lovable, was also pretty unrelatable, and this mostly came from him being socially unaware.
Those things are like ticking time bags. All right? Think about it.
But there was one thing that stood out about this character to make us all team Michael Scott. This being that Michael represented the true American dreamer. Now, I don't mean what we all know as the American dream with the white picket fence, but rather the American dreamer, the person who has the audacity to dream big, who can, despite having no connections in the film industry, write a movie script with hopes to break into Hollywood, or perhaps believes that their ideas are revolutionary or that their business plan will change the world.
Sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will. All right, so raise your hand if you want to get rich. All right.
No, how is this not a pyramid scheme?
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se. I have to go make a call.
Michael Scott represented those who unintentionally but foolishly make empty promises based on superficial logic.
This is a terrible, terrible thing you've done.
Well, I didn't want to see them fall victim to the system. So I made them a promise. I told them that if they graduated from high school, I would pay for their college education. I've made some empty promises in my life, but hands down, that was the most generous.
But as crazy as Michael's dreams may sound to one day make it big and become super rich, his logic is not far off from most Americans. In fact, a recent article published by CNBC cites that 44% of Americans believe that they will one day become a billionaire. Now, considering that the current pool of American billionaires makes up less than 1% of the US population, 44% of the population aspiring to be in the less than 1% is pretty high and is very much in line with the thinking of Michael Scott. However, while the dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. A study done in 2013 by the University of Scranton showed that 92% of Americans who set New Year's resolutions do not stick with them, and Michael Scott reluctantly fell into this category. Still, despite Michael's shortcomings, there was one goal that he was able to see through without any hesitation, and it wasn't him flossing or making a pretty cool commercial. It was his conception of the Michael Scott Paper Company. But how did he do it? How did the man who caves at every tough moment,
Whatever you call it, I am running away from my responsibilities.
become capable of following through on such a major plan?
This is a dream that I have had since lunch, and I am not giving up on
Well,
it.
it was pressure. Pressure applied to a stagnant situation. Once Michael Scott quit Dunder Mifflin, the first time that is, reality began to set in that his expectation to get a new or even better source of income was going to be more difficult than he anticipated.
Yeah, well, this is one of the few places that's hiring. It's brutal out there.
Being faced with the reality that he may struggle to find a job, the pressure was on for him to find a way to make a living. Starting a paper company was not just a solution. In his mind, it was his only option, and thus the naysayers could not stop him.
I'm starting my own paper company.
No way!
Yeah.
In this climate?
Yeah. In all climates.
According to the laws of physics, an object at rest will remain at rest unless it is acted upon by an outside force. And for many dreamers like Michael Scott, the current economic pressures could just be the thing you need to propel you into your next big idea. Good luck.
You have no idea how high I can fly.